let's see. I guess I'll just talk about like my life after high school, because immediately after high school I went into the Canadian Navy.
Okay.
And you know, that was an interesting experience, because after growing up and not really doing much, like my first job was like Eastside Mario's. Like it was really like dumb job at the end of the day.
Okay.
Management sucked and stuff, and I didn't work until I joined the Navy, and it kind of changed my whole outlook on life. A lot of it.
How so?
It showed me a lot of, like, I guess, self-discipline, respect, things like that.
Okay.
Especially gave me like better work ethic, because like in high school I didn't try up until like maybe grade 11, which made my grades suffer heavily.
Right.
I had a good friend who like would tutor me right in the mornings, and then like bring me back home, or like not bring me back home, like before we went to class and things like that. And then I'd go back home and I'd study more and things to get my grades up, and you know, it worked. But I could never see myself going into university or anything, so I went into the military.
Mm-hmm.
And I did basic training, which was insane, because it was like the first time I spent a reasonable amount of time away from home, and like I learned a lot of like valuable life things, even if it is like military focus, where it's like make sure like you do your laundry, work as a team, things like that, like respect for others, period. And it changed me drastically, working like 18 hours a day until I finally came back. And then after I went away again to do my trades, I came home and the pandemic hit, and I fell into like a really bad like social depression, because like I couldn't go out, couldn't do anything, and I've been away for so long. Like I couldn't see no one or nothing, and you know, like when you like I've never been truly depressed until like that moment, because I've been like I felt so isolated from everyone.
Right.
I finally got back to work. It wasn't like a glamorous job. I went on like leave, like, because I went to reserves after I finished everything, because I kind of realized I didn't want to do like everything in the military. I didn't want that to be my life anymore. And I stayed there for a good 3 years in my final year, like being reserves, everything like that. And yeah, so I
like, why didn't you want to have that as your life? What was wrong with it?
You know how you like do something and like it's great money, like anyone who wants to join and wants to stay in to get a career, like I'm not saying it's gonna be easy and the best all the time, but like there are people there that I've met who are like fantastic, but it just my own like will to do it, and like my own drive, and like could I see myself staying here for 20 years, like was just like, no, I can't, like I can't do it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back to school and become a carpenter, because I was like, I really like woodwork, things like that. And I'm like, I even thought about going to heavy machines operator. And now a few months later, like before school was about to start, this year I was supposed to start school. Last year I met a girl, and at first nothing like was going on between us or whatever, and then this year came around, and that girl got pregnant.
Okay.
So with my kids, so I was like, shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So now it's like, yeah, I could go.
But you guys weren't dating. It was just like,
not at that time. No,
okay.
We weren't. Now we are, and like
okay.
we've been together since, I want to say February,
okay,
April, March, something around that time. And you know, we've had a lot of issues and things like that, but like now I'm like facing the fear of like being a dad. And like I was gonna go back to school, but I'm like, I'd much rather have money for the first like 2 years of her life, like my daughter's life, because we're having a girl, than I would like go to school. And like I can always do school. And that's
wait, your daughter, like, has your daughter been born yet?
No, she's due in November for this year.
Hence the fear of becoming that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like becoming a dad, and now I have to like kind of live with that. And we're working through a lot of things, like it's like we're not perfect, we're still really young, and like, you know, we don't even have our own lives figured out, but like we want to like make sure. And like it's kind of weird, like I don't think many people would like know how to describe it, but when like you first know you're going to become a parent, it's like, it's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying.
Right.
I literally have like panics about it all the time because I just want to be a good dad, like, and I just want to do everything I can for her, and I've never done anything like this. So like the military by far, physically and mentally, was like terrible, but this is like a whole new level. It's just right here. And like, I guess like living my lifestyle, like just kind of doing what I want and like being happy overall is what I'm like still trying to do. But at the same time, like my entire life has been shifted into being a parent, and like it's weird because I switched my mindset so quickly that I've never probably will ever encounter a challenge like this ever again.
Dude, I feel like you're overstressing.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Like, I feel like, not gonna be like, oh yeah, bigger dad is like, no, yeah. I'm not even in the ball game, and I'm already terrified of this concept. However, the fact that you're saying your whole thing has shifted to becoming a dad, even though you don't even have a kid, technically.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's kind of like, I feel like you're doing too much, as they say.
I'm trying. Well, like, I'd rather do more than do less.
Just the fact that like you're switching up your career path and thinking about this so much and all that, I feel like it shows that you're more prepared than maybe I don't know about the average person, but like you're in good shape, let's say.
Yeah,
I don't think you should worry that much.
I think I can recognize, like, yeah, like I'm probably in like more like better shape than say like people who like randomly have a kid and have like no idea how to like function.
Right.
Like, because like there are 20-year-olds like me who have like never washed like their own clothes, and I'm like I know some like my siblings and stuff, like they go, like I have a sibling who goes out to concerts and things like that. They have no idea how real.
Are you saying people who go to concerts don't do laundry?
No.
That sounds pretty intense.
What I'm saying is, she doesn't understand how like life works. She may know how to do laundry and things like that, but at the end of the day, she's lacking that life experience. And I'm not like.
She probably doesn't know what the mitochondria does, though.
Yeah, that's also fair. But it's just a whole thought process that some people just lack life experience, and I think that's very valid. And like they learn it eventually, right? Like it's not something I'm sitting here like, I'm not 50 years old being like, you never lived through the war or anything like that. It's just like there are certain ways, I guess, to go faster. And I think joining the military was definitely the right move because, like, I've gained life experience. I've seen how workplace function works. I was treated differently all in the military, all because I was, like, younger than everyone else. Like, it was, like, I learned super quickly that this world is not fair. And, like, you have to do everything you can to, like, make it better for yourself. But now it's like, I'm not making it better just for myself. I'm trying to make it better for, like, my daughter who's due in November. And like there's a whole other thing like with that. It's like now we have to pick names, we have to get like housing going on, like insurance, stuff like that, benefits. But yeah,
it'll all come together, man. Don't stress.
It definitely will. I hope so, at least.
Like you got your job here, you're doing okay, right?
Yeah, I'm doing alright.
But I gotta ask though, like okay, how long after you found out you were gonna become a dad did you start dating this girl? Just curious. If you don't want to say that, it's fine.
I don't know. I think it was good in like a few weeks, but it wasn't too long. We were kind of just in shock because there's something that happened beforehand where we stopped communicating for a bit.
Okay.
And then I saw her at work like a month later, not here, somewhere else. And we started talking just back and forth. And she learned, when she started talking to me like that day, she learned that she was pregnant.
Okay.
And she didn't really know how to go about it. And then she told me, and then we were kind of in this weird like dilemma because it was like we're not really sure what to do. But then we kind of realized it's like, you know, this is the chance to see like if something, we're not just staying together for like a baby or anything. That never works. We're just like, we're trying to see if we can be happy together and like have a family.
But you guys have never dated, or
no? We never dated up until this point. I
and
didn't
you're
know
just
her.
like, let's see if we can have a family.
Yeah,
That's pretty intense.
That's a it's kind of a crazy thing, but it's like
it's not that crazy. Like
Yeah,
people in history have done this over and over.
yeah,
and
it's kind of
times. But
yeah, it's just something we kind of have to do. It's like if we want to see if we can have a family, like we will, but we already know like if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, and we're fine with that. Like co-parenting is okay on our part.
But like so far, the relationship itself is like doing better than expected.
Yeah, I'd say it's doing much better. It lasted longer, especially under all the stress. Like, we think as soon as the pregnancy's done, because, like, we're gonna probably not see, like, as much stress in between our lives, because the baby's here, and, like, yeah, taking care of a baby is stressful, but at the same time, like, the first year of a kid's life is, like, spent sleeping. Like, they all sleep, yeah. So it's like, we're not too overly concerned about it.
I don't know if that pairs up with the narrative that, you know, people don't get to sleep ananymore after they have kids.
It's generally, it's honestly, like, I saw with my buddy who works here, his daughter just turned 1. He's much more put together than I am, but he's like, yeah, like, the first 6 months, he's like, most kids are sleeping. He's like, 6 to 1 year is when they start waking up in the middle of the night, really, and, like, start crying really bad, and, like, won't go back to sleep and stuff, and I'm like, okay, that makes more sense, so... that's where we're at, but yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just kind of like a story. It's not really anything too interesting. It's just a kind of a life going on.
No, it's interesting, man. I've had a couple of videos that are kind of like related to what your situation is like. But
yeah.
No, best of luck, man. I hope it all goes well for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, no, and you're gonna do it. You're gonna get there.
I hope so, man.
Right?
I hope so completely. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, there you go.